Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about something that might seem simple on the surface, a pair of pants. But if you've ever stood in front of your closet and thought, why doesn't anything feel quite right anymore? Then you already know it's never really just about the clothes, it's about how we see ourselves. Because after 60, our bodies evolve, our pace softens, our priorities shift, and our style. It's no longer about looking younger or fitting in. It's about feeling aligned with who we are now and who we're still becoming. And sometimes the right pair of pants can do more than flatter your shape. It can realign your shoulders, lift your chin, and remind you of your quiet power. You walk differently. You speak with more certainty. You carry yourself as if every step is a reflection of your self-respect. That's not fashion, that's presence. But if you've ever tried on pant after pant and still felt like you were disappearing, you are not alone. I've heard this from so many women, beautiful, wise, radiant women who feel lost between who they used to dress for and who they want to be today. That's why in this video, we're going to explore 6 styles of pants that are more than flattering. They're freeing. These are the pants that honor your body instead of fighting it, that move with you, not against you. That don't shout for attention, but whisper elegance with every step. So if you're ready to stop settling for clothes that don't understand you and finally wear pieces that reflect your strength, your softness, and your spirit, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And if this kind of conversation speaks to your heart, if you've ever wished fashion would meet you with grace instead of rules, I'd love for you to subscribe. Because here at Grace Over 50, we don't dress to be noticed. We dress to remember who we are. Let's begin. Clothes have memory, not just of seasons and styles, but of who we were when we wore them. There's a reason some pieces in your closet feel like armor while others feel like weight. And as we grow older, we start to notice that the difference isn't just in color or cut, it's in how a garment makes us feel the moment we put it on. There's a term for it, enclothed cognition. Psychologists use it to describe the phenomenon where what we wear directly impacts how we carry ourselves, our posture, our speech, even the clarity of our thoughts. And while that might sound like science, you already know it instinctively. Think back to a time when you put on something that fit so well, not just physically, but energetically, that you stood taller. You moved differently. You felt more you. That's not vanity, that's self-awareness. And that's what we're reclaiming today. Because after 60, we've earned the right to dress in a way that doesn't just flatter but honors us. Clothes that stop working against our bodies and start flowing with them. And yes, pants are one of the biggest culprits and also one of the greatest opportunities. You see, pants can either constrict your movement or enhance it. They can either flatten your shape or frame it. They can make you feel invisible or magnetic. So where do we begin? Let's start with a piece that every elegant woman over 60 should have in her wardrobe. It's not trendy. It doesn't scream for attention. It simply knows what it's doing, and so do you, the high-waisted trouser. If elegance had a blueprint, this would be one of its most important lines. These trousers don't just fit your body, they define it with intention. Because as our bodies evolve, so should the clothes that surround them. Our waistlines shift, our hips soften, our backs curve gently with time. But here's the beautiful truth, those changes aren't something to fight. They're something to dress with grace. High-waisted trousers meet your torso where it's still most defined, the natural waist. From there, they create a long, uninterrupted line all the way down to the floor. The result? You look taller, smoother, and more aligned inside and out. But perhaps more importantly, you feel supported. No tugging, no adjusting. These pants stay where they belong. They hold you without squeezing and let you move without second-guessing. And there's something powerful in that. Because when your clothes stop asking for attention, you get to give that attention back to yourself, to your thoughts, your presence, your story. Now, if you're wondering how to wear high-waisted trousers without feeling too formal, here's the secret. It's not about dressing up. It's about dressing with direction. Try tucking in a silk blouse or a fine knit sweater that hugs gently but never clings. You can add a belt not to cinch but to signal quiet strength. Or throw on a cropped jacket to balance proportions and draw the eye upward. The key is in the lines, clean, long, intentional, and the fabric. Let it move like you do, with ease and integrity. Choose materials that offer both softness and structure. Think wool blends that hold their shape, stretch cottons that recover well, crepe that glides without grabbing. Avoid anything too thin or overly stretchy. They tend to lose shape and with it, elegance. Because you, my dear, are not a silhouette to be squeezed into something trendy. You are a shape that has earned its story. And your pants should rise to that level. When I think of the most elegant women I've known, women who walk into a room and command respect without a word, they don't wear clothes that fight their bodies. They wear clothes that follow their rhythm, and it often starts with a pair of pants like these. I've seen women stand taller the moment they slip into a good pair of high-waisted trousers, not because they lost weight. Not because they changed anything, but because the pants stopped hiding them and started honoring them. And maybe that's the greatest shift of all, to move from hiding to honoring, to go from dressing to cover to dressing to celebrate. So as we begin this journey through pants that truly understand you, remember, this isn't about fashion. This is about freedom. And the first step toward that freedom is simple. Choose pants that support your body as it is, not as it was. Not as you think it should be, but exactly as it is right here, right now. Because that body, it's carried you through storms and sunrises. It deserves clothes that rise to the occasion. And a good pair of high-waisted trousers. They don't just rise, they elevate. After years of chasing structure and straight lines, we come to understand something powerful. That ease is not the opposite of elegance, it's part of it. There's a quiet dignity in softness. A kind of grace that comes not from controlling everything, but from moving freely inside your own skin. And if the high-waisted trouser is about support, about standing tall and holding shape, then the wide-leg linen pant is about letting go, not of standards but of strain. There's something poetic about linen. It wrinkles, it breathes, it softens with time just like us. It doesn't try to be perfect, it simply is, unapologetically real. And when worn well, it allows a woman to move through the world with presence but never pressure. Linen pants give you space, space to walk, to rest, to laugh deeply, to sit in the sun without worrying about creases or clinging. They aren't meant to mold your body, they're meant to move with it, and that's what makes them powerful. Because when you're no longer dressing to control your shape, you start dressing to express your essence. You begin to feel alive in your clothing again. You stop adjusting and start being. The key to styling wide-leg linen pants is intention. Don't let them overwhelm you, let them amplify you. Choose a pair that sits comfortably at the natural waist where your silhouette still wants to be defined. Make sure the hem grazes the top of your shoe, elongating your leg without swallowing your frame. And balance the volume with a touch of structure up top, a French-tucked blouse, a fitted sleeveless shell, a lightweight cardigan worn open to create vertical flow. Linen speaks softly but clearly. It doesn't compete, it complements. It says, I'm here, I'm grounded, I'm in no rush. And if you're petite, don't fear the wide leg. Fear the wrong proportions, look for vertical lines, a flat front, a slightly higher rise. And lean into neutrals that reflect light and flatter mature skin, shades like cream, soft white, sand, dove gray, muted olive. Because elegance isn't always in the structure. Sometimes it's in the surrender. And linen teaches us that we don't have to be crisp to be dignified, that there is strength in breathability. That movement, when it's intentional, is its own kind of grace. But of course, there are days when movement must meet momentum. Days when you want to feel polished without looking like you tried too hard. Days that ask for structure but not stiffness. Clean lines but no compromise. That's where the slim ankle pant steps in. Not skinny, not tight, but tailored, refined, and quietly modern in the most grown-up way. This isn't a trend piece. It's a uniform of quiet confidence. The slim ankle pant offers what many styles can't, definition without exaggeration. It follows the line of the leg without gripping it, ending just above the ankle to create a subtle but powerful silhouette. It's the kind of pant you reach for when you want to feel sharp but soft. When you're heading to lunch with a friend, an afternoon meeting, or simply want to look like someone who knows exactly who she is, pair them with a crisp button-up for structure, a sleeveless knit on warmer days, or layer a soft blazer or long cardigan that ends mid-thigh for balance. And shoes, they matter here, because with an ankle-grazing hem, your footwear becomes part of the story. Loafers say sophistication, ballet flats say classic femininity. Pointed mules say minimalist chic, and a low block heel says, I'm grounded but elevated. What you avoid is just as important as what you choose. Skip clingy fabrics. Skip anything that loses shape after a few wears. Elegance needs consistency, not perfection, but presence that holds steady through the day. There's something incredibly liberating about a pant that doesn't ask for constant attention. That simply works morning to night, season to season. And perhaps that's what slim ankle pants represent best. They're the I've got this of your closet, not loud, not flashy, but present, clear, certain. They don't demand the spotlight, they become the frame. Because sometimes elegance doesn't arrive in sweeping gestures. It walks in on quiet lines, thoughtful cuts, and the clarity of a woman who dresses not to impress, but to express. So whether you lean towards softness or structure, whether you're dancing through the weekend in linen or clicking down the street in tailored ankles, you're not dressing for others, you're dressing as a woman who knows her rhythm, and that rhythm, it changes with the day, and the right pants, they change with you. Not every day calls for sharp lines or polished structure. Some days ask for something softer, gentler, a little closer to home, and maybe, just maybe, closer to you, because elegance isn't about always being on. It's about presence, and presence looks different depending on how your heart feels that morning. And that's where the soft knit pant steps in, the most misunderstood of all elegant essentials. Most people hear knit pants and think pajama bottoms, sloppy, casual, but they've never seen your version. They've never seen a pant that holds its shape, drapes with grace, and brings the same quiet dignity as a structured trouser, only in a softer voice. The right knit pant feels like an exhale. It tells your body you're safe here. But it also tells the world, I still care. Because comfort and elegance are not opposites, they're allies. When chosen intentionally, knit pants become the bridge between ease and polish. Look for a midweight fabric, ribbed jersey, pont knit, or viscose blend, something that glides without clinging. A defined waistband. A gentle taper or flow from hip to hem, nothing baggy, nothing limp, you want softness with substance. Then comes the magic, how you pair it. Style them with a cashmere pullover, a silky blouse tucked ever so slightly, or a cardigan that feels tailored, not oversized. Add a sleek sneaker or a pointed flat, and suddenly your entire outfit shifts from casual to curated. Because here's the truth, you don't need a waistband digging into your skin to prove you're put together. You just need clothes that know how to meet you where you are without asking you to shrink, squeeze, or hide. There's a certain elegance in stillness, in slowing down not because you've stopped, but because you've chosen your pace. Soft pants say, I'm here, I'm not performing, and I'm still a woman of presence. And sometimes that's the strongest statement of all. But when the day does call you out, when you want to step outside with something timeless, strong, and rooted in who you are, there's another pant that never lets you down. Denim, but not just any denim, the straight-leg jean. This is not the distressed, low-rise denim of decades past. This is denim with integrity. While trendy cuts rise and fall with the seasons, the straight-leg jean remains. Why? Because it doesn't try to transform your body, it simply follows its natural lines. A proper straight-leg jean supports at the waist, always mid or high-rise, never low, glides over the hips and thighs without squeezing or sagging. Ends in a clean, lean line that flatters without fuss. And most importantly, it stays in place. No pulling, no adjusting, no constant fixing. A structured waistband helps hold your posture. A medium to dark wash adds instant polish. And when in doubt, skip the stretch-heavy fabrics. Because while comfort matters, shape matters more. What makes denim elegant is not just the cut, it's the context. Pair your jeans with a silk blouse, a crisp linen button-up, a soft blazer that hits at the hip, and always shoes that speak clearly, loafers, ballet flats, a low block heel, simple, strong, classic accessories. A structured leather bag, a delicate necklace, perhaps a watch that tells more than time, because elegance in denim isn't loud, it's rooted. A woman in straight-leg jeans at 60 plus isn't trying to look younger. She's showing that she knows herself, and that's what makes her magnetic. Because when you dress like someone who's not trying to prove anything, you become someone impossible to ignore. And yet, there are still days when you want to go even further, not to blend in, not even to fit your rhythm, but to make a statement, not for attention, but for the sheer joy of feeling beautiful. Enter the flowy palazzo trouser. This is not your everyday pant. This is your moment pant, the one you reach for when you want to feel tall, poised, unforgettable. These pants don't just cover your legs, they celebrate them. They move with you like fabric made of wind and confidence. The palazzo trouser is the quiet drama of grown-up style, the kind that doesn't scream but lingers. Perfect for evenings, art shows, garden parties, or just days when you want to feel like the main character in your own life. The key is in the fabric, silk blends, satin, chiffon-lined crepe, drapey viscose, nothing stiff, nothing heavy. These pants should feel like water, skimming, flowing, never clinging. Style them with intention, a slim blouse tucked just right. A silk tank, a delicate belt at the waist, drawing the eye inward. And let everything else step back, simple earrings, barely their makeup, the perfect heel or flat. Because when the pants speak this boldly, you don't have to. And here's the most beautiful part. The woman who wears palazzo pants after 60, she's not dressing for a moment. She is the moment. She's not asking for space. She's taking it with grace. And maybe that's what this journey has been all along. Not about finding the right pants, but about remembering who you are inside them. By now, you've seen what truly elegant pants look like, not just in fabric or fit, but in energy, in intention, in the quiet dignity they bring to your everyday life. Because the truth is, elegance has never been about impressing others. It's about how you choose to show up for yourself. It's what you wear when you stand in front of the mirror and say, "This is who I am today, and I'm worth dressing for." And that kind of dressing, my friend, starts in the closet, not with more, but with less, with letting go, because as we age, we don't just shed old styles, we shed old stories. The ones that told us to hide, to shrink, to dress like we didn't matter anymore. But you do, you always have. And now, more than ever, your wardrobe should rise to meet the woman you've become. So let's talk gently about a few pieces it's time to release, not in shame, not in guilt, but in gratitude for how they once served you and how you're now ready to move forward. First, the shapeless elastic waist pants. You know the ones. They bunch, they sag, they balloon where you wish they wouldn't. They promised comfort, but what they really offered was invisibility. And you, my dear, were not meant to disappear. Replace them with a soft knit pant that moves with grace and structure, because you deserve comfort that honors you, not hides you. Second, low-rise, trend-driven jeans. They pinch, they pull, they never stay put. They're from a time when style meant squeezing yourself into a mold. You've outgrown that beautifully. Choose denim that supports your frame, lifts your shape, and reflects your wisdom. Jeans that don't shout but know. Third, loud prints that wear you instead of you wearing them. Yes, prints can be playful, but some shout over your presence. Neon patterns, chaotic florals, pants that seem more costume than clothing. Remember, you are the statement. Let your pants whisper your confidence, not compete with it. Because every piece you wear is either lifting you or limiting you. And now is the time to choose with clarity. When you open your closet tomorrow morning, I want you to pause. Don't ask, "What do I have to wear?" Ask instead, "Who am I becoming and how do I dress to reflect her?" Because fashion fades, but presence endures. And elegance in its truest form isn't just visual, it's energetic. It's in the way you walk in tailored trousers, the way soft linen follows your rhythm, the way your spine realigns in a good pair of jeans, the way your silhouette comes alive in palazzo pants as you take up space with grace. These aren't just clothes, they are affirmations, they say. I care. I choose. I show up. And here's the most beautiful truth: you are not fading, you are refining. You're not dressing to hold on to the past. You're dressing to honor the woman you've become and the one you're still becoming. So if this video spoke to something inside you, even just a little, I invite you to take 2 small steps. First, go to your wardrobe, touch each piece, and ask, does this reflect who I am today? Keep the ones that lift you. Release the ones that no longer do, with love. Second, share this video with a woman who needs to remember that her presence still matters. That style is not a secret reserved for the young, it's something we pass on, heart to heart, generation to generation. Because we weren't meant to disappear, we were meant to become more radiant with time, more precise, more powerful, more ourselves. Thank you for spending this time with me. Stay elegant, stay intentional, and I'll see you in the next one.